The Zhiyun Crane M2S is out with a brand new compact design, stronger motors, and a built-in fill light to light up your face. Fun. Zhiyun is sponsoring this video, but we're gonna put this gimbal to the test and see if it's really worth it. Zhiyun Crane M2S is a super light and tiny gimbal that supports phones like the iPhone 13 Pro, but can also support small cameras like the Sony ZV-1 or ZV-E10. Technically, the gimbal can support full-frame cameras, but only if you use light lenses. Keep that in mind. But if you're looking to pack a small and portable gimbal in your camera bag, then I would look into the Crane M2S because it only weighs 549 grams. That's barely over a pound. So I've been playing with the Crane M2S for a few weeks now, and overall, it's really easy to use. I love the ergonomic design, like the buttons are where they should be. You got the trigger button in the front to reset the gimbal position or activate go mode. In the back, you got the joystick to manually move the gimbal. You have the record button to record on your phone or camera, and the mode button to switch through the different gimbal modes like lock mode, follow mode, pan follow. And if you press the mode button twice, it'll activate POV mode. Press it twice again, and it'll activate vertigo mode. On the left side of the gimbal, you have this red button to turn on the fill light. And if you want to adjust the brightness of the light, you just take this button and you slide it up. Or if you want to decrease the brightness, you just slide the button down. And then on the other side of the gimbal, you have the power button to obviously turn on and turn off the gimbal. And also the menu button to help you navigate through the different menu settings. And then lastly, you have the built-in screen to help display the different gimbal modes and other parameters of the gimbal. So overall ergonomic design, the Crane 2S is clean and simple. All right, let's talk about the fill light. It's pretty awesome. It's 1000 lumens of brightness, which can be adjusted with the red button on the side. It's actually really cool to adjust the brightness of the light just to help you determine the right type of lighting in any given environment. All right, so I'm vlogging with the M2S and my iPhone 13. I don't have the fill light on, but I'm gonna turn it on right now. Just gonna press and hold, and it's a little bright. Now I can adjust the brightness. I'm just gonna slide the button up. It's getting pretty bright. Well, there you go. You can now vlog in the dark. And then turn it off, just press and hold, light off. Setting up a camera on the gimbal is super easy. Just attach this quick release plate onto the camera, then connect that whole thing to the gimbal where the camera is touching the edge of the tilt axis, which is this thing over here. And after that, you just balance like normal. And for me, I like using the locking mechanisms on each axis because it allows me to focus on balancing one axis at a time. Usually I like balancing the tilt axis first, which moves the camera up and down. It's this thing over here. And then once that's set up, I like balancing the roll axis, which rotates the camera left or right. And then lastly, I balance the pan axis, which moves the camera left or right. Okay, so obviously you can vlog with this whole setup if you want smooth moving videos as you vlog, and I really like this thing. I love how light the M2S is. I love that I can just use my phone and other accessories on my phone. It's a really, really good gimbal, and I kind of like it more than the Crane M3. It's so lightweight. Love it. All right, I'm gonna tap it 3 times, so go back, 1, 2, 3. There you go, very nice. Oh, exposure, exposure, there we go. Now we're filming in the lock mode, and the great thing about lock mode is that the gimbal stays in place no matter where you go. Just walking around the gimbal. How crazy is that? The Crane M2S supports PD fast charging via USB-C, which you can fully charge the gimbal in less than 2 hours. Oh, and the battery runtime goes up to 10 hours, which is cool and all, but I don't think there's really anyone out there that films with a gimbal for 10 hours straight. And if that's you, then why? Now you have the Crane M2, the Crane M2S, and the Crane M3. The Crane M2S falls right in the middle, almost replacing the Crane M2. But when comparing the Crane M2S with the Crane M3, the M2S is lighter and a lot more affordable than the M3. So if you are looking for a budget-friendly, tiny gimbal, then I would consider looking at the Crane M2S. Overall, I've been pleasantly surprised with the Crane M2S. I love how small and lightweight it is, but I'm actually really surprised how well this gimbal performed. Like, it really gave me some really smooth, buttery smooth shots. And I've used many gimbals over the years where you see that vertical bounce and looks kind of weird and robotic. I didn't really see that with the M2S. Granted, it is a smaller gimbal and I'm using smaller cameras, but when you look at the footage, all you see is clean, smooth shots. So yeah, overall, I'm really impressed with the Crane M2S. And if you want to check it out, links will be down in the video description below. But I'm out because, well, I'm hungry, and so I'm gonna go. Bye.
Give me